Hello students, welcome once again. Here is Rajesh YouTube channel as we are discussing about the crafts and its management and also improvement of the food resources. And the many times we have studied the improvement of the food resources in different terms and terminology. We are trying to define it and try to understand it make sense and that will insert in our minds and we can easily describe and told so that it can exist in the minds and memorize it well, use it in our society and our vocabulary, increase our vocabularies and also use it in a practical point of views in the examinations and gain more and more advantage from the taking the marks and taking the marks in the examination, coming examinations, different types of the academic examinations and the competitive examinations and also oral practices will also be helpful from this one thing if you have keep this knowledge clearly and accurately and its meanings will already be understood by you, then you will understood it clear. Okay, so one by one so we will discuss here as the previous chapters we are studying the nutrient management. So here is the nutrient management of the nutrients, the types of nutrients we have discussed here. Nutrient management. Nutrient management. Nutrient management. So one by one, so we have discussed here nutrients is there are also these 16 types of the essential nutrients is available here. So, that's that's nutrients are responsible for the supply, responsible for the growth and the developments and the differentiation of the plants. So 16 essential and nutrients is available here, so that can be divided further into their use and use and major use and minor use point of view. So major use point of view, minor use point of view, the nutrients is divided into two categories. First category is said to be the macronutrients and the second category is used as known as the micronutrients. So the types of the nutrients, types of nutrients. How many types of nutrients you know? There are two types of nutrients we have discussed according to their use and major use and minor use point of view. So there are two types. First types is here macronutrient. Nutrient. It is macronutrients. So 6 types of the macronutrients is from the present here. So that is the major point of view the plant is using in a major point of view, majority. So these major nutrients are said to be the NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and also we can say that and NPK and also said to be the NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium required in this nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and calcium, magnesium, sulfur is also available. Yes, so calcium, magnesium, sulfur. So nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and calcium, magnesium, and also one is sulfur. Okay, so calcium, magnesium, and the potassium, these are the some nutrients, and the magnesium and the sulfurs. Sulfur is also available. So these are the macronutrient nitrogen. So N for nitrogen, P for phosphorus, K for potassium, C for calcium, 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 Ca calcium, Mg magnesium, and S for sulfur. Sulfur means that sulfur is very important for the these are micronutrients. Plants use in a high amounts of these nutrients because if we are talking about the nitrogen is responsible for the growth and the growth and development because it's form the proteins. Protein is a proteins is a protein parts and also form the amino acids. 20 types of the amino acids are present in the protein in human beings. In which the 10 are essential and 10 are non-essential amino acids. Pounds of methionine is the most important amino acid. Methionine, leucines, isoleucines, threonines, and prolines, prolines, and aspartic acid. These are the some amino acid that was essential and non-essential part. We will discuss amino acid in another topics. First of all, we will try to understand nitrogens and the use of the human body and the plant cases, nitrogen is used in the microparts and micronutrient forms, and it forms the proteins and the ammonia. It's also take parts in nitrogen fixers, and we had already discussed about the nitrogen, because we know that 78% of the nitrogens are available here in our environments, and it's air constituent of the air. 70% of the constituent of the air is available here as nitrogen. Phosphorus we know that phosphorus is a very also essential parts and the macronutrients that's also available in the bones, formation of bones, rigidity of the body, and rigidity of the bodies, and it provides a shape of the animal or plant, both categorized and both category. So phosphorus is a potassium is, you know, the potassium and sodium and potassium pumps is also available, so that work in our human body, so that will act as a neurons, and the neurons and neurotransmitter neurons activations, and how does this neurotransmitter works, and there is information from the nerves to the other nerves endings, and dendrites and the axons work, and as neural complex when the forms of synapses is formed in those places. The phosphorus and the procholine is also essential part, but phosphorus into the potassium is less, that forms the potassium, sodium and potassium pumps. So here is the calcium we know that calcium is also important for that is responsible for the formation of the bones, and both are phosphorus and calcium is responsible. It says DNA, RNA, different types of the vitamins, proteins also forms for the calcium and potassium that is essential parts of our body. It does improve our body as it nourishes to the body, and the different types of cells requires for their core and health improvements. Okay, so here is the magnesium so we know the magnesium, so that's in case of the plants. If we are talking about the chlorophyll is made up of the magnesium, because chlorophyll is a green color pigment. Since we know that without chlorophyll it is not possible to get the photosynthesis, and thus food formations, and they store these energy, means that's light energy or radiation change into the organic or the biological energy, and this energy in the process is as 12/6, means that's a carbohydrates, someone say carbohydrates, or someone says glucose in other forms, and as we are using and consuming, and the plant is the only one sources through which we are making the food. So plant is only the survival here, so that is responsible to make the foods. Okay, so magnesium and the sulfur. Here is a sulfur make the sulfate. You know this is essential part of the sulfate. The different types of the amino acids is also formed by the sulfates, and proteins also formed by the sulfates, and the sulfur is sulfur that is, also provides provide to the plants, and it makes the different types of the vitamins, and that vitamins, we know that vitamins is such of the components, and that's responsible for the curing of the different types of the disease. Deficiency of the vitamins also created a different problems in the time to time. So we are studying one by one about the sulfurs and the sulfurs. So here we have this study about the micronutrients, and it's a parts in sodium, potassium, sodium, potassium, calcium, and magnesium and sulfur. There are 6 types of the micronutrients we have discussed here. Second types of the micronutrients we will discuss here. Say about that is known as second micronutrients is set with the second types of the nutrient is here micronutrients. Micronutrients, you know that's micronutrients. Here is the macronutrients, means a large nucleus and large amount of the availability is requirements is here in our nature in terms of the living beings, both biotic and body components is in large amounts. But micronutrients, those nutrients that's a less amount of that's needs for the living beings in a less amount is said with the micronutrients, and these micronutrients is 7 types of the micronutrients is available here. So in these 7 types of the micronutrients, we can say that they are iron, manganese, borons, iron, manganese, boron, boron, zinc, iron, manganese, boron, iron, manganese, boron, zinc, and the coppers, molybdenums, and the chlorides. Copper, molybdenum, and chloride, Cl. Chlorides. Iron, manganese, borons, zinc, copper, manganese, and chloride. These are the 7 types of the nutrients. The micronutrients is available here. So as we know, there's a small quantities, there's a low quantities required to the humans and also environments. But it's very important because irons we know this is the formations of the blood blood in blood. We know there's a blood have how many parts of the blood, you know, there's generally the blood is a plasma and a blood cells. Okay, so the blood plasma blood corpus rbc wbc and the platelets, and the rbc is made up of the RBC containing the hemoglobin. Heme is here is a heme, HAEM, heme plus globin. Globin is a protein. So we know this globin is a protein. So it's a nitrogen parts and the micronutrients, and the heme is all said to be the iron. Heme is iron that can provide the radiant colors and the responsible for formation of hemoglobin. So hemoglobin formation takes place by means of the irons, and this deficiency causes the irons and the bloods lost their lose their ability and availability, because hemoglobin is a such types of the pigments that's available in our bloods, and is responsible for the carrying the oxygen and the different types of the gases, carbon dioxide and the carbon monoxide. These are the gases is harmful gases that is released in our body after digestion, and also oxygen is a such types of the responsible substance that was carried by the hemoglobins, and these hemoglobins make the oxyhemoglobins. These oxyhemoglobins reach in our cells and are responsible for the breakdown of the foods in a different ways. So and also providing energy. These energies is used in the several body and physical mental moral activities and the day-to-day activities. So here is the irons we have discussed. Magnesium is also important for the second micronutrients, and these are micronutrients is responsible for the formation of the growth and different plants and the different types of the muscular strophy is also responsible for the magnesium. So here is the magnesium, and both is used in the plant and the manganese and boron. So here the boron is also forms of the vitamins, and the boron boric acid is also responsible as a zinc is also responsible for the formation of the different types of the plants. And zinc is such as the such as the nutrients and micronutrients which is provided to the plants, and generally the plants are green plants, and in case of the green plants we know that zinc that provides the shapes and also give the fixed shape and the color of colors, and it's give the lightening to the fruits and definite shapes. It's also provide as give the healthy give the process to grow the healthy and well developed, delicate fruits and also crops can be grown by the zinc. And in the listen of the zinc, there are many types of the disease also. So it takes to listen the copper, you know, there's copper, molybdenum and chlorine also. Such types of also chlorine, you know, that I have already told NPKs, chlorine and potassium, calcium chloride shift reactions also takes place in our bodies, human beings and animal beings also is because chlorine and is responsible for chloride shift reactions, and copper and molybdenum is also responsible for the growth and development of the both plants, and also it provides a nourish to the cells, and the cells as work properly. There are different types of the cell organs is available in a cell organs. Carbon and molybdenum is takes for the 18% both case of the plant and the animals. Okay, so here is we have discussed the micronutrients and macronutrients one by one. So we have now we will discuss the deficiency of any these diseases, carcinogens, and further we will discuss another chapters in our next time. So I hope that you have understood whatever I'm telling you here under the help of the blackboards and the different terms and terminology we have discussed here. Mainly the nutrient management, 60 times of the nutrient management is provided to the our biotic phenomena. Abiotic phenomena is also made up of the nutrients. So we are not discussing and saying that it's not important for the abiotic partners, because biotic and abiotic components are interlinked with each other. Without the abiotic components, biotic components survival is not possible. It is not saying that it would be as possible. So someone was so we have discussed here a lot about these one things. I hope that you have understood whatever I'm telling you here. And if you have any queries or any problems, please do contact us, and have us always be in our contacts. And if please don't forget to say subscribe my channel. The link is given below here in a description. Okay, thank you very much. Bye bye. Okay, I hope that you understood. Okay, thank you.